Hello everybody and welcome to Sunday Morning Knits, my channel where I talk about all the things I'm knitting, spinning, and designing lately. Hi everybody, my name is Laura and today I have a very traditional knitting podcast episode for you. This is, I believe, episode 29, which is very exciting for me. Can't believe I've almost recorded 30 of these. That's absolutely wild. But yeah, I'm very excited to share. I have a lot to talk about today, so let's start with some finished objects. Okay, I have to look at my notes for this because I don't quite remember everything that I've done. Oh yes, okay, so I don't even know where that one thing is. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Okay, I'm gonna let me go find let me find that first before we do this. Okay. Actually, before we get started, let's chat about what I'm wearing. I am wearing my Ingrid Sweater by November Knits. I knit this last year, 2 years ago maybe, and I knit this in Knit Picks Eco Worsted. I can't remember the colorway, and I unfortunately don't think they have this colorway anymore. I don't think they have the marled colors anymore, but they do still have the solid colors, which I adore. I highly recommend you check them out. I'll link it down in the show notes. It will be an affiliate link because I am an affiliate with Knit Picks because I love their stuff so much. But I highly recommend you check it out. It is truly amazing yarn. Okay, let's talk about some finished objects. The first one I have to show you today is a half finished object. So this is my Secret History sock. It is a sock set from Paisley Knits from her 2024 book club, yarn club. This was the November colorway, and I finished the first of the 2 socks this month. It's just a very basic pattern. I did a contrast cast on, and then a 2x2 rib, and then contrast heel and toe. I have cast on the second one, but I haven't really made that much progress. Now you'll notice that there is a stitch marker hanging off there and one over there. That's because I discovered after I had blocked them and they'd been sitting on my desk for a day that I had a live stitch just dangling out on both sides. So I put little locking stitch markers in them to remind me to fix that. I will do that eventually. That doesn't happen very often, but that was very odd. Very, very odd. The next thing I have to show you, I have to show you in black and white because the colors have not been announced yet. So let's switch to that very quickly. Okay, this is the Scorned Woman sock, which is a collaboration again with Coley of Paisley Knits. This pattern will be coming out with her boxes, her countdown boxes this year. So if you've purchased one of the boxes, you will receive this pattern. If you have not purchased one of the boxes but you still want the pattern, if you're not, the pattern will be available separately, but if you purchase one of the boxes, you will receive this pattern for free. This is this beautiful leaf lace that I just absolutely love, and it echoes one of the patterns in the Scorned Women shawl, which is also a pattern that you'll receive if you purchase one of the boxes, but can also just purchase separately. I love this one so much, and I'm also very excited for you guys to see the colors. I did not do my sample in the Scorned Women colors, so I'll be able to actually announce the colors fairly soon. It's just so outside of my color comfort zone, and I love it so much. I love the way this turned out. Coley absolutely nailed it, and I think it's so beautiful. So I finished this. This sock is now in testing, and it will be coming out late November, potentially December 1st. We haven't settled on the release date yet, but it'll be coming out late November, December 1st at the latest. So very excited about that. If you want to keep abreast of all of my test knits and pattern releases, I highly recommend you sign up for my newsletter. If you sign up for my newsletter, you will also get a little discount code to shop in my Ravelry store. Instagram isn't the best at showing my content and posts to my followers, so my newsletter is the best way to keep up on that. I don't spam you, I promise. I just post about test calls and pattern releases. Speaking of patterns, my other three finished objects are all patterns. I haven't finished any other designers' patterns recently. I promise I have a lot of other designer stuff on the needle, so this episode isn't just going to be me talking about my own patterns, I promise. But my next couple finished objects are patterns. So I decided to knit a hood because I really love all the cute little hoods that are popping up recently. And this was the first version that I designed. So you can see that it has the Petra stitch, so that same kind of waffle stitch pattern as my Petra scarf, which by the way is out now. You can check that out on my Ravelry, Etsy, or my website. Actually, it might not be up on my website yet. It's definitely up on Ravelry, it's definitely up on Etsy. I should check that. Anyway, I was still loving the Petra stitch so much, so I decided to design a little hood. This version has cute little I-cord ties that tie just under the chin. So if you want a little bit of like a tighter, here I'll put it on so I can show you. If you want a little bit of a tighter fit of your hood, that's what the I-cord ties are perfect for. You can just tie them up. They're cute. It'll keep you nice and warm in the winter. It comes down fairly low, so it'll keep your neck nice and warm. This was the first version I designed. I knit this in Friends and Fiberworks Euphoric yarn, exquisite yarn, their own store brand, and it's merino and cashmere. And then I actually knit a second version, which was like the final official version. This is another collaboration pattern with Eula of Woolen Twine Fiber Studio. So I knit this version in her absolutely stunning heirloom 4-ply. I used it held triple. And this version has just a little button right here at the bottom, a little toggle button to loop it together. This one is a much more open, loose, kind of around the neck version, because I know that not everybody likes having things really tight around their neck, but you'll still get the warmth from the like really thick fabric, you know. And this one makes it a little bit easier to just pop off, so that you can like push it back like a proper hood. Yeah. So I finished this, and this pattern is actually also currently in testing. This will come out in November. I'm so excited. I do really love this pattern. I find that sometimes I look a little bit silly with a hood on, but I think it's so cute. And I saw recently at Breathing Yarn, I love her so much, by the way. She's absolutely incredible. And she said she always styles her hoods / balaclavas with sunglasses. And I was like, I have to do that. That is so smart and it looks so cool. And I've just decided to do that from now on. So I'm excited to have a chance to wear that this winter. And I hope you are too. I hope you like the pattern. Yeah, it'll come out sometime in November. Now the last finished object that I have is actually something I whipped up last night. I have been thinking about this stitch pattern for so long, and I'm doing it on another project, or I'm doing a similar pattern on a project right now. And I was like, I desperately have to do something in this pattern right now. And that's the flea stitch. So last night I whipped up a little mini hot water bottle cover. And I absolutely adore this. I did it in DK. It's Filcolana Pernilla held double. And the little, or for the red, and the white is Knitting for Olive Cream held double. And it has a little folded neck just around the top of the hot water bottle cover. You could make this pattern go all the way up, but it's just honestly easiest to fill it if the like neck thingy doesn't go all the way up around it. And I absolutely love this. I am debating turning this into a pattern. So if you are interested in a little hot water bottle cover that already has a name, but I'm not going to share yet, please let me know down in the comments if this is something you'd be interested in. If I were to release this as a pattern, I would also include like a calculator so you could plug in the dimensions of your own hot water bottle cover and knit this little cozy to your specific hot water bottle's dimensions. So it wouldn't just be for a mini one, you could do it with all sizes of hot water bottle covers. This was a mini one, obviously, and it took me 4 hours to knit up, including all the like math and calculations and all of that I had to do, and then the writing of the pattern was all included in that 4 hours. So very fast pattern to knit, and would make a very cute Christmas gift if you want to do some Christmas gift knitting. Just saying. So if you're interested in this, please let me know down in the comments. I'm not really sure what the market is for hot water bottle covers, so I'm curious. I think that's it for finished objects. I believe so. Now, let's talk about works in progress. I have put a little bit of work, I think, on every project. Okay, maybe not every project that I have in my queue, because I have a lot of, or not my queue, like on my needles. I have a lot of projects on my needles right now. But I have put a lot of work into a lot of different projects. So, oh my gosh, I don't even know where to start. Let's start with what's beside me. I have had a little Mussleburgh hat on my needles for, oh no, it's tangled, months. Oh my gosh. I think I started this last winter actually. Oh, and it's tangled around my chicken needle stopper, which I will show you shortly. Okay. Little Mussleburgh, which now I pulled all the stitches out of. That's fun. This Mussleburgh hat is being made with Paisley knits. This is a neon pink from her summer collection last year, or maybe 2 years ago. I can't remember the colorway. I know this came out in the same collection that she did the colorway Butterfly Pea, because I bought the Butterfly Pea at the same time and made a sweater out of it, but I actually don't recall what this one is called. I'm very sorry. But I put some work into this one. I needed some sort of like on the go mindless stockinette knitting, and this was perfect for that. Now, I've never knit a Mussleburgh. That's not true. This is my fourth. I've never knit a fingering weight Mussleburgh, so I wasn't sure if I'd be able to get it out of one skein. I think I will. However, I actually used a little bit of this yarn for my EOS slipover. So I did the trims in this color. So I was like, I definitely don't have enough anymore to make my Mussleburgh hat. So I went on Coley's website, and it turned out that she had one skein of fingering weight 100% cashmere in this colorway. So I picked it up, and I'm gonna do the like inside lining of the hat in the cashmere, so have it like nice and close against my head, nice and soft and warm. And I'm very excited about that. It's getting cold where I live. Like, it's cold enough to now wear a wool sweater and some wool socks. Pardon me, I have the hiccups. So I need to finish this so that I can have a hat to wear. In addition to my cute little hoods, I'm gonna be well dressed this fall and winter. I'm very excited. So that is the first project that I have been working on. My second project is the bane of my existence. I don't remember where I was the last time I shared this, but I am making an ivy top by Petite Knit. The pattern is wonderful, so I have no comments about the pattern, but I hate my yarn choice. I'm doing this in De Rerum Natura Antigone, which is 100% pure linen. I've never knit with linen before, and let me tell you, it is hell. It keeps sliding off my needles, which is driving me insane. So I have my little chicken needle stoppers on it. I've been hearing people talking about whether or not needle stoppers are important and relevant in knitting. And I would agree that for most people they're not. Like, if you don't have an issue with yarn coming off your needles, you really don't need needle stoppers. However, maybe I'm just really rough with my knitting, because my needles slide out of my projects all the time. So needle stoppers save my knitting. It's wonderful. Anyway, sorry. Back to the ivy top. I'm making size 3X. I am using De Rerum Natura's Antigone that I'm actually reclaiming from another project. So this is the third project I've tried to make with this yarn. And because it is such a pain to knit with, and it like unravels out of the balls, and oh my gosh, I have to stop and detangle. I had to stop and detangle yarn every like 5 minutes. It was enraging. Instead of frogging the project that I was working on that didn't work out, I'm just unraveling it as I go and knitting it into this next project, which is apparently not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to like wash the yarn, stop it from being all ramen noodly, but I hate this yarn so much that I just want this project to be done. I think I'm gonna love the garment when it's done, potentially. However, this is enraging me. I'm almost done though. I'm just gonna knit until I have run out of yarn. I have what's left in the project that I'm unraveling and then one more ball left. So I'm just gonna knit until I'm out of yarn, and then I'm gonna bind off, and then I'm gonna put this in the naughty corner and not look at it until like June of next year, which is fine with me. It's a beautiful color. Maybe I'll like it, but oh boy, I don't even know if this is gonna fit me. Like, I haven't tried it on. If it doesn't fit me, I'm just gonna give it to somebody, because I will not unravel this and work this into a fourth project. Maybe I'll make the ivy top again next year in maybe a cotton linen blend or something slightly nicer than 100% linen. But yeah, this project is destroying me, and I can't wait for it to be done. And I've actually put a ton of work into this because I can't wait for it to be done. I will say though, working in the round with linen is not as bad as it was doing the like front and back panels. Knitting back and forth was rough, but knitting in the round isn't as horrific, which is kind of nice. Sorry, I went through that very quickly, but that project enrages me. Okay. Oh, speaking of enraging projects. Oh my god. This project might actually also be the death of me. I am making the Holly sweater by Pernille Larsen for Knitting for Olive. I bought the kit to make this like a year and a half ago, and I had intended for it to be my Christmas sweater last year, and I didn't get around to making it. So I cast it on earlier this year. As you can see, I am done all of the baubles. So I'm done using the red, and now I'm just onto the green. Green and white. And I don't mind two-color color work. I actually really love two-color color work. I detest three-color color work. I am not going to show you this up close too much because the three-color color work part is really, really messy. I am really hoping that it blocks out because... Ooh, and like my floats are awful. There was one round, oh my god, there was one round where I got halfway through it. It was one of the bauble rounds. I got halfway through it and I realized I messed up the chart. And I was like, I cannot unravel this. I was like, there's no way I can do this. So I decided to instead finish the round having fixed the chart when I noticed. And that for every stitch on the first half of the next round, I was gonna ladder back, undo the stitch, pick up the float with the correct stitch, and then knit the stitch of the round that I was on. That was such a bad idea. It took me 2 nights to do that because it was just absolutely horrible to do. Sorry, there's a loud truck outside. It was horrible to do. Oh my god. But last night, I got through the 3-color color work round. I finished the baubles. I'm now into 2-color color work. I'm almost done the chart. And then it will just be stockinette with 1 color for the rest of my life. What a relief. I've done 3-color color work once before and I hated every moment of it. And I knew going into this project that I was going to hate every moment of doing this as well. And oh boy did I. But it will be worth it. I'm going to the mountains for Christmas, and this is going to be just so beautiful in the mountains. And I'm going to make my boyfriend take all the cute pictures and videos of me wearing it. But oh my god. That was hell. But we're done now. So, I haven't tried this on yet. I think once I'm done the color work chart, I'm going to block it just to make sure that it fits properly. I did check my gauge and I am on gauge, so everything should be fine, but you never know. So I'll do that once I'm done the color work chart and then we'll see. Hopefully the next time you see this, I'll be done the color work chart. Fingers crossed. I still have like almost 3 months to knit this, so I'm not worried. The next project that I put some work into and that inspired the flea stitch hot water bottle cover is the sweater that I am making my brother for Christmas. So if you've seen other episodes, I've talked extensively about this, so I'm not going to talk too much about it now. Pardon me, hiccups. But you'll see I did a whole bunch of the flea stitch. One thing that's very odd about this pattern is that there's like almost no instructions. So you have to increase every certain number of rows, and it doesn't give you instructions for how to increase in pattern. So my flea stitch is a little bit messy because the pattern increases just the way that it works out. So I might go back in after and like duplicate stitch some of the little white fleas, but we'll see. The most important part is that like the rest of the sweater is in pattern properly. So I just have to like keep track of like when I'm doing flea stitch rows, like how the increases around the sides are working, but it's going well. Oh, I don't have my needle stoppers on this one. This is another one where the needles like to fly off of it. Oh well. So yeah, I hope that he likes this. He has no idea what I'm making him, so I really do hope he likes this. But he tends to like vintage things, so I hope he likes this. Okay, what else have I been working on? That's a good question. Oh wait, I made notes. Let me check. Oh yes, I'm glad I made notes. I would not have remembered these things. One of the things that I had talked about in my fall knitting plans episode is that there were 2 sweaters that I really wanted to finish that had been on my needles for a while. One was the basket weave sweater, which had been on my needles for 3 years. And the other is my Ingrid Sweater by Petite Knit. So this sweater is being knit up with, oh, there's hair all over it, is being knit up with lichen and lace. It is their superwash worsted base in the colorway Beetroot. I'm knitting a size 2X. Normally I knit 3X in Petite Knit patterns, but this is superwash, so I'm expecting it to grow. And this week I did all of the short rows for the sleeve. So now I'm just into the sleeve pattern, which I'm a little bit scared of because it just kind of says decrease in pattern. And I don't know how that's going to work, but we're just going to figure it out as we go. It's just going to be vibes. I couldn't find those instructions that I had talked about earlier in an earlier podcast where somebody had like written them up on Ravelry. Couldn't find that. So we're just vibing. Wish me luck. I really also want this one for Christmas because I think it'd be so pretty in the mountains. But it's October, so I have so much time. I still don't have a job. So all I'm doing is knitting right now. Knitting and applying for jobs, basically. So yeah, very excited about that. Very excited to have this. A little bit terrified of the sleeves. The other thing that I have been working on is putting a little bit of work into a pattern that I started a long time ago. I can like picture what apartment I was in when I started this project. This was a little while ago. But that is my scrappy blanket, which was inspired by the absolutely wonderful MSC Makes and her corner to corner linen stitch blanket. I followed her tutorial and everything, and I'm slowly adding more and more colors into this. Now, I was talking to my mom because I was like, I don't know if I want to turn this into a rectangle or keep it a square. My mom was like, you should make it a giant square and have it as like both a lap blanket and also like a shawl. So you can like fold it in half and turn it into a shawl. And I was like, I love that. So this is going to be a giant square lap blanket / shawl. And I'm so excited. I have been doing almost no color management, maybe like the tiniest amount of color management. And I really love how it's turning out. This isn't normally something I would gravitate towards, but I think it's so cute. I love how the colors are turning out. I very clearly have like a color palette that I like to knit with. So it's turning out very, very well, and I'm very happy with it. So I put a few rows into that over the past couple weeks as well. I think that's it for knitting works in progress. I do have spinning works in progress, but I don't know if I can show them to you. I actually don't know if they're supposed to be a secret or not. So I'm just gonna err on the side of yes, they're supposed to be a secret and not show you. Actually, there is one other thing I should show you. It's October, isn't it? So let's talk about all of the socks that I have in progress. I kind of forgot about this. In honor of Socktober, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different socks in progress. I really like to knit socks. One of them is the second sock for my Scorned Women's Socks pattern, so I'm not going to talk about that one because you've seen that one. I have put a little bit of work into this. Now this is, I picked this up because Sorry Nordland is doing a knit along right now, inspired by her poet patterns. And a couple years ago, I started a poet sock that I'd never finished. So I thought with this beautiful knit along happening, inspired by poet patterns and works in progress are welcome, I picked this back up and I did a few rows on it last night. And I'm hoping to finish this in time for the knit along. I think you can, I don't think you actually have to finish. I think you could just post works in progress pictures, but I could be wrong. Oh, and I found a mistake. That's annoying. How did that happen? Anyway. Oh well, it's the back of the sock. Nobody knows. I'm knitting this with a beautiful Sunday Fibre Co yarn that I got years ago, and I actually can't remember what it's called. I lost the ball band like forever ago. But it's really beautiful. It's a cream base with light pink and light yellow speckles. So perfect for the poet socks. I really want these socks. Like, this pattern is so beautiful. I really, really need to finish these socks. So my goal is to do that during this knit along. I can knit socks very quickly, so I really just need to sit down and like focus for a little bit, and then I will have them. One of my other socks in here is the second Secret History sock, which you've also already seen in this episode. And I'm going to give you a sneak peek at a pattern I'm working on for Valentine's Day. I cast this on like forever ago and was like, yep, that's what I want it to look like, and then just stopped. So the back of this sock, the back of the leg of this sock is done in moss stitch. If you didn't want to do that, you could omit it. It'd be a very easy modification to make, but I love moss stitch, so I would keep it in personally. In the front is this very cute little heart pattern, and there's little baubles going down the side of it. Again, I know not everybody likes baubles. You could omit that. You could omit that very easily as well if you just want the little heart lace pattern. It's not blocked, so you can't see it super well, but there's a little bit of heart-shaped lace. And I will be releasing these for Valentine's Day in February. I'm so excited. I need to finish my sample. I probably won't put these out into testing until like January. But yeah, I love this so much, and I can't wait. I think it'll be very cute. I think that's it. my sock whip bag of shame. I haven't put any work onto my late checkout sweater pattern because I ran out of yarn and had to order some new skeins, and those only came in like yesterday or the day before. So I haven't done any of that. I have been doing some spinning, but again, I think it might be a secret, so not gonna share that. And yeah, otherwise, I think that's it. In terms of life things and reading things, I'm currently listening to The Kiss Curse by... I can't remember. It's so good. Oh my gosh, the perfect like Halloween-y romance story. I read The X-Hex a couple years ago when it came out, and then I read The Wedding Witch a couple weeks ago, and now I'm reading The Kiss Curse. So good. They're just the perfect like witchy romance stories for October. I'm reading mine through Libro FM. I'm an affiliate with them if you want to check them out. They're wonderful. They donate a portion of your audiobook subscription to a local bookstore of your choice. So if you're interested in checking that out, do click the link in my bio. Yeah, other than that, not much going on right now. Lots of pattern inspiration, lots of patterns and testing, so the next couple months are going to be a lot of fun on that front. Yeah, I think that's everything I had for you today. Thank you so much if you've made it this far in the video. You are absolutely wonderful. Please don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe if you like content like this. If you're interested in checking out any of my patterns, you can find them on Ravelry and on Etsy. And I hope that you have a lovely rest of your week and happy knitting. Bye!